Hi, welcome back. I'm really glad you can make it today. My name is Naso, and today I'm going to show you a very easy winter painting. It's actually only got 4 colors, which makes it really nice. We have titanium white, we have lamp black, we have Prussian blue, and phthalo blue. So I'll go ahead and run those colors across the screen as well. So right now, we're working with a 16 by 20 canvas. It's already pre-primed, but I went ahead and put some liquid white on there, so it's going to make it easy as far as the colors are concerned. I'm going to start off with my 2-inch brush, and right now there's already a coating, a thin coating of this 16 by 20 double prime canvas. There's a coating of liquid white on it, so it's just a thin layer. It just makes it easier for the paint to actually go ahead and glide on it, and it does mix with it as well, so you'll see what we're talking about here in a second. So just take your 2-inch brush, dip it into a little bit of the Prussian blue, and we're going to start off here in the corners and just do crisscross strokes. We'll start off across the top, and as it mixes with the liquid white towards the bottom, it's going to get lighter. One of the nice things about liquid white, it makes it easy to spread the paint, and for landscapes, it's naturally nicer to have it darker up here and lighter down towards the horizon line. So we'll just keep doing this so we get it nice and smooth. Get the sides as well and the top. And more crisscross strokes. The crisscross strokes blend the paint really well, so you don't have a bunch of brush strokes going in one direction. Right. We're going to have some water down here on the bottom, so let's go ahead and take a little bit more of the Prussian blue, and we'll start off from the sides and we'll work our way in. And again, we'll start from this side and work our way in. Now we want this to go straight back and forth. That way the water looks flat. And we want to try to keep this area right here light and the edges darker. This way it looks like you have shimmering light through from the sun right through the middle there. Even this out a little. We can put a little bit more over here. All right. Get out the brush strokes. So now we're going to work on some clouds up through here. So I'm going to use a fan brush. See if you can see that really well. It's just a hard bristle brush, and we're going to use titanium white. Go directly in it. We'll make sure it's on both sides. A good amount of that on there. There we go. And then let's go ahead and start right about here. So get a good amount on there. Clouds can go virtually any way you want. Just want to make them look like clouds. So you can have a little bit, you can have a lot. You could actually do it without clouds if you want. Clouds do give it a nice little look. So again, we want a decent enough amount of paint on there. And just scrape this into your canvas. All right. So now I'm going to go to a blender brush, and this is clean, it's dry. All I'm going to do now is grab the bottom part of these clouds and kind of blend them in. And because this is already, it's still wet and it's mixed in with the liquid white, it still blends really nice and easy. And if you think you got too much paint on there, all you have to do is wipe it off on a paper towel and go back at it. You want to try your best to leave the top parts alone for now. You can tap it and it blends a little bit, but you want that to be stronger than down here. This you want it to be more wispy. All right. So we're going to go ahead and take this and we're going to grab a little bit of the black and a little bit of blue. We'll make some darker clouds in through here. Then we'll go back to the blender brush and then lightly go over this the same way. So instead of doing the crisscross strokes, I'm actually just going down and not going back up. So not going like this. So just pulling it down a little bit, very softly. I want it to kind of blend in to the blue over here. And clouds have a soft look to them, so you want this to have a soft look as well. And you do that by just barely touching the canvas. And over here. Sometimes clouds look like they have shadow underneath. So doing this gives it a little bit more depth. Alright. So I washed out the fan brush. We don't want the black in there now. We're going to go to more titanium white. So just grab a little bit more of that. And then now we'll go ahead and do another layer underneath. Clouds are pretty simple. And again, you can make these any way you like. All right. I'm back to the blender brush. Make sure there's most of the paint off, and then we're just going to smooth this out real quick. make it look a little wispy, like you have a lot of air running through it. And now we have our clouds. Now let's go ahead, we'll put some mountains in here, and to do that we're going to use a palette knife. We're going to take a little bit of the lamp black and a little bit of the Prussian blue. We want a nice dark color here. We don't need a whole lot. So now let's go, let's see, where do you want to put your mountains? Right in through here. So we want the top part of the mountain pretty cut up, so defined. The bottom part, we just run this down, not a big deal. So if there's a special way you want your mountains, this is how you put those in. There we go. And rub it into the canvas. You want your canvas to actually really take this as more of a stain than paint. So put it in there really good. Okay. So now, grab a paper towel, and now you can go ahead and take off the excess. Now let's go back to our 2-inch brush, and let's go ahead and just grab this and lightly pull it down. So you can start seeing the mountain shape start to come forward. And on this side, you can pull it the other way. And we want it to blend in down here on the bottom, so it makes it look like there's mist or fog. Alright, so I had to get some more titanium white. Let's go ahead and smooth that out. And we're going to take a little bit of that and mix it with the Prussian blue. We can mix it with a tad bit of the black so it dulls it down a little bit. And now, cut off a nice edge. And let's go, where are we going to go? Let's go right here. So we'll start here. And we'll just taper that down a tad bit. And just barely let the palette knife touch your canvas. And that way it kind of skips and breaks. Now we can wipe that off. And now let's go ahead and take more titanium white, blend it out, take off a little roll. Let's go ahead and get some highlights in here. So again, we'll just barely touch it and let the canvas take off what it wants. And then just run it down the mountain any way you like, so it looks like snow. And now we'll go back to the 2-inch brush, and we're going to go ahead and swoop up so it actually helps blend out the bottom base of the mountain. And it helps with the misty effect. So now I'm going to go ahead and put some more mountains over here, and let's take a little bit of the titanium white. Let's mix this with a little bit of the, let's go with phthalo blue right here. Give it a little bit of a different look. So we'll go a little phthalo blue for the base color. So we want this to be a little darker. Let's go right here. Run this down. We're going to have it go right behind this mountain. So again, rub it into the canvas really good. Scrape it in there. And let's go here. A darker color. Scrape it in there really good. Scrape off any excess paint. So I'm going to go ahead and take a 1-inch regular house brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull this down. But because it's a smaller brush, it's got a little bit more control than with a 2-inch brush. So now we can sweep it right into there. Sweep this one in here. if you want a little bit more mist or fog, you could go ahead and add some white in here, titanium white, and just bring it up. So it makes it really simple. Let's go back to the palette knife. I want to make sure it's clean, and let's go in through the phthalo blue. That's Prussian blue. This one's a little bit bluer. And we'll grab a small little bead there. Let's mix it with a little bit of the regular blue, or lighter blue, so it's not so brilliant. There we go. So we'll start up here on the top. We'll break it this way. We'll grab a little bit more white. Start up here on the top, just run it down. So I'm going to grab a little phthalo blue and make this a little bit darker back here. Get some shadows. A little bit more through here as well. Let's go back to the 1-inch brush, wipe off some excess paint, and again let's give it that misty effect right through here. So grabbing it down here where there's more of the liquid white and the white paint, just lightly brush it up. I'm going to grab the 1-inch brush, and let's go ahead and just tap in to these darker colors real quick. We don't want a whole lot of paint on the brush. Alright, so now let's go ahead and right back here, let's go ahead and do a few trees just by going up. So these are going to be way off in the background, so you want them to be kind of faded out. And to do that, now that they're there, go ahead and grab your blender brush, and now you can go down a little bit, straighten them out, and go up, and it'll make them softer. So it looks like you have trees way off in the background. Pretty nice effect, really easy to do. Let's go ahead and take the palette knife, get some titanium white. Now let's go ahead and right through here, put some snow. Now we can mix up more of this blue and the white and make it a little bit darker. Let's go with the, let's see, yeah. Let's go with the phthalo blue and a little bit of the Prussian blue, make it a little darker. You can even take a little bit of lamp black, dull it up a little bit. There we go. Now let's go back to the fan brush and tap it in there and get a good amount of paint on there. So now let's see, let's put some trees in there. So just go back and forth. And we'll put another one in there. Let's put another one over here. Let's go here. Another one. Let's go right here. Make this one bigger. Drop it all the way down. This one, we can do that too. Alright. Do one anymore. How about a little guy right back here? Another one right. Let's go here. Grab a little bit of the liquid white and the white titanium. And let's go a little darker. So we're going to put some highlights on the trees. But we don't want it to be real brilliant. So we're dulling it down a little bit with more of the blue. And again, we'll just go back and forth. So you can see that a little bit. So let's add a little bit more titanium white. Okay, let's try that. it's working. Get a little over here. Get some snow on these little guys. It's fun putting on these highlights. Really easy doing it this way. Gives it more of an abstract look, and it works. Let's go for some lamp black and our Prussian blue. We'll mix that together really good. Now let's grab a little bit more of the phthalo blue. We just want a really dark color right here. Okay. Now we have enough to dip the fan brush in. Now let's go ahead and do some trees over here. Let's do a big one right up through here. Then I'll do another one. Let's see. Right up through. Let's do, yeah, let's do here. Through here, we could add a little bit more of the brush. There's stuff right in front of those trees. And down on the bottom, let's pull this out a little. We do that with this too, and just pull it out a little. A little bit of the titanium white. And let's go ahead and make some snow through here. So let's go right in through the bottom. So back to the 1-inch brush. Let's dip it into the titanium white. And let's just bring it right across through here. And then back to the fan brush. Let's go to the darker colors. And let's drop this down some more, right about here. So now let's go to the phthalo blue. We'll mix it a little bit with that blue we had here. Lighten it up a little. Okay. And now let's go right about here and drop it down. A little titanium white. Go back to the 2-inch brush, drop this down. and then lightly go over it like that. I'm going to take the palette knife, grab some titanium white. Let's go right in through here. So you round it off like this, so it makes it look like these trees are up on a hill. So it holds all the water inside. Same over here. Smooth this out a little. So wipe that off. Put a little liquid wipe. And let's clean this up a little. And a couple little streaks in here. Let's go back to the fan brush, get a little bit of the titanium white and a little bit of the blue. And let's finish highlighting these trees. Let's go back and forth. Here where you think the snow might have landed. It's going to get darker on the bottom. Let's see. Feeling cold already. Go back to some blue over here. Go ahead and take this and smooth it out a little bit more. So I think at this point we're done. Thank you very much for joining me for this winter scene. I hope you enjoy painting it, and I'd like to see them. So if you like, send them to my email address at raise_art@yahoo.com, and happy holidays.